Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be going over NPCs and because I kind of talked about building the world, like the physical world around you. So I'm going to talk about how to build that world using NPCs, their individual dialogue, their stories, and how to not like overdo it, but like also not underdo it. It'll make more sense once I dive into it. So without any further delay, let's do that. All right. Let's start at this shop in the middle of nowhere. Wow, one of these sides is very detailed and nice, and the other is Final Fantasy 1. All right, let's see. What's this guy have to offer? Oh wow, the shop is a lot more detailed. Who are you? Weather is getting colder. Should I buy something warmer or should I focus on protection? Oh, do you need to look at this? I'm almost done. I'm so indecisive. My neighbor is weird, but he sells some of the best swords in the nation, so I can't complain too much. How can I help you today? Thanks for your time. The neighbor's weird, huh? Well, let's go check on the neighbor. Shop. That's all you have to say. All right. Well. Where? Okay. So here you have two examples. This guy seems more alive because of this guy's this comments, but you can definitely tell the story. Like this guy makes a comment. He's not just here. He's not just a shopkeeper. He takes note of his neighbor, and he's like, "Oh, that guy's a little weird, but I can't complain too much. He's not too terrible of a person." And the girl shopping here is like, "Oh, the weather's getting colder. Should I get something warmer or do I need to focus on protection?" Showing that the area around here is dangerous, but it's also the weather's changing. The weather's changing. Seasons are happening, and stuff like that. So I figured what I would do is take you on a little journey with me while I make a let's see. Should I do one of the apartments? Let's do one of the houses. For my game. Now, no, none of the tiles you see are going to be permanent because I haven't really done any of the inside stuff yet. I've been more focused on the outside. And if those of you who watched the previous video about world building, as in making your world feel more lived in, that's what I was looking for. You'll notice that I changed it once again. Not settling. I am staying with this one. I have finally made a decision. But anywho, let's see. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to make this look a very specific way. Did I really not make any wooden walls? Okay, well, I guess we're going with stone then. That's fine. Okay, so the outside of the house is pretty square with some tall walls. So let's just make it taller. All right, and then let's see. Where are the stairs? Let's do 3 for the aesthetics. All right, let's see. So I'm going to try and make this proportional to the outside, but it's not entirely possible. So let's just make it a tiny bit bigger. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. So let's first. No, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have that, and then that. Let's scoot that over one. Okay, so a lot of what NPC storytelling is about, it's about being focused on their specific environment. If there's a big world event happening, have the NPC comment on it. They don't just exist in this tiny little bubble. They exist in this world, and they see the same things happening in the player's happening. If the player is stopping, just saw a coup happen, and then one of the NPCs would be like, "Oh, I heard something happened at the palace. Do you know what's going on?" Sorry, took a drink of water. I recently saw, I was looking up Final Fantasy 12 music, and there was just a video of someone walking around Ravenastar while the music played in the background, talking to all the NPCs. This was at the very beginning of the game, and each of the NPCs had something to comment on about what was going on. Like, the Imperials had blocked off the gate to Lowtown, and they're like, "This is ridiculous. I need to get down there." Or the people in Lowtown were like, "I need to get up there." Goodness, sorry. Stuff like that, right? Direct commenting directly on the going-ons of the world around them. Let's go back to the room. Okay, so first things first, I need to decide this NPC's kind of story, like what's going on for them. So, this is a 1-bedroom house, but they have a big table, so they like to cook and have their friends over. So this is going to be a very cooking based, I guess, house. What's the word I'm looking for, and why can't I think of it? In the future, I'll fix that, so that's not 2 separate ones. That is an actual thing. It's going to be very focused on cooking, but they have, like, the whole theme of this is that these people are very, very proud of their kingdom. So they're going to have, I like that better, a bunch of banners and everything supporting it up everywhere. It's kind of concerning how proud they are of their kingdom. That is a plot point. Let's see. I haven't really made anything to go on the walls yet. Yeah, okay. I think this is good for now for just the basics, because I don't feel like going through and making more assets, which I will have to do. So let's see. I'm not using these type of sprites for my final game, but I find because the generator is so vast, especially since I have some DLC. It's not paid DLC, but it's DLC added into it, so I can get even more customization. I added this so long ago, I honestly don't remember where I got it from. I have it written down somewhere. But I like, goodness, I'm sorry, to build some ideas of them in here, and then I will try and carry that over to my sprites that I make. Oh, he looks like someone's grandpa. We made one of my, you know, that kind of suits them. Oh, but is it bad? I don't actually care. Let's see, they're gonna brown eyes, soft brows, very prominent nose. I'm fine with that. Can I give them a mole? Can. We're gonna mole. None of that, none of that. Alright. And these is just a basic NPC who enjoys cooking, so I don't actually really care about that outfit that much. Okay, but let's make it red. Maybe they're training to be the royal chef. So they're sporting the country's colors to hope it endears them to the king, right? Okay, so let's just export this as NPCs. Okay. So we have this dude, and since he is very focused on cooking, we're going to have him at the kitchen. I use stepping a lot to show like action, but you know, he can't just stand there, right? So let's give him a custom route. So he's gonna wait at the sink for 60, sure. Then we're gonna turn stepping off. You're gonna move right, turn up, stepping back on, wait 30, not 330, just 30. Move left. Not move up. Turn up, on, and then it'll just loop. All right. So now, here, actually, I need to. Not what I meant. Let me get away in and out of here so we can actually interact with this character. And let me make a door. Oh, I don't actually have any doors made yet. So let's just use that one for now. Okay. And yeah, boat. That's what I wanted to click. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what this walking route looks like. Oh, that is really loud. As I said, that's what I was listening to. I just pointed at my screen, like you can see my finger. Why is it? Why is it lagging? I was testing some stuff with sprites, so that's why that was off. Oh, it wasn't lagging. I'm just really slow and I wasn't used to it. Okay, so there's the NPC. They walk to the stove. They turn up. Stepping animation goes on. They walk to the sink. They turn up. Stepping animation goes on. Something about their movements feels off and not very lifelike, right? It also could be just because this is running slower than molasses on the back of a turtle, but this just increased that slightly so it looks more natural. All right, now this NPC isn't just going to stand there. But as I said, like all the NPCs of this town have like a weird obsession with their kingdom. Like they have a weird amount of pride. So let's see. I am so sorry about that. That was my phone because I pulled it up to Google names. Names that mean chef. Sure, boy names. You'd be amazed the type of lists you can find. Ooh, this name in Basil. Or Basil. Basil, that's what I was looking for. His name is Basil. Okay, Basil. He is chef, so I need to get this done. Once I perfect this, then maybe I can join the king that needs to be capitalized. Kitchen. Done. All right, and then let's do this. Okay, and then that's weird. since they will recognize the player, it'll be slash. I love that they added this so much. You just right click, then insert control character, actor, 1. You know what the king capitalize. And forgive any misspelling. I cannot spell to save my life. You know what the king likes, right? Use a comma, right? Will you taste test this, please? And then thank you so much. No, you're right. It still needs more work. Work, Angelica. Sorry, my sister was listening to Hamilton. And now it is very stuck in my head. Okay. Then we have gonna have B and C. So this is after fixed. Actually, well, what do you think? And then it's great. Meh. No. Great. No, this B-roll. This is not what my character would say. Needs more salt. So this one will be B, and this one will be D. Salt. How could I forget salt? I can only hope the king loves it as much as you did. And then what was 5? Needs more work, right? Yeah. I will make this perfect. That was supposed to be an exclamation part. Okay. So let's dive into this. Now, in my game, I will preface this. You are stuck in the same town talking to the same people. So you need to have a lot of different characters that are very interactable and have different stuff. Need to get this done. Once I perfect this, then maybe I can join the king's kitchen. Penny, you know what the king likes, right? Will you test this, please? Yes. Thank you so much. Well, what do you think? It's great. I can only hope the king loves it as much as you did. Sorry, the sprite difference kills me. Yeah, there's that. So what I really focused on is I found this one thing for my NPC. His thing is cooking. So he is going to talk about cooking. That is all he's going to talk about. Hold on a sec. He is not going to talk about how in his childhood he watched a man die in front of him. Like, that's not important to anything right now. I made that up. I have no idea about this NPC until like 10 minutes ago. So it's all about cooking. It's all he's going to talk about. It's all he needs to focus on. However, this cooking is relevant to the world because he's cooking to try and impress the king, who Penny just so happens to be the ward of, right? So that's how it ties in this NPC into the world and what's going on and attaches them to the main character. No, I'm not saying that it's bad to have NPCs that are basically just, welcome to the town. Oh no, the big bad is happening. That's not necessarily a bad thing, and sometimes you absolutely need those characters, but you can't have all of your characters be, oh no, the big bad's happening, or our town is perfect, I have no idea what you're talking about. Danger? No, that doesn't exist here. You want to make your NPCs more realistic, but like, let's be real here. Every time you walk into a grocery store, you're not getting everyone's life stories. These are casual acquaintances, and that's what they need to be to the player. It's just casual acquaintances. Unless it's, of course, like the player's school teacher, then you can like define them a little more and stuff like that. But most of your NPCs are just going to be casual acquaintances that are going to have like one-off conversations with your player, and that's all they ever need to be. You're not going to tell your entire life story to someone you just met in a Walmart parking lot, unless you're trauma dumping, in which case, don't do that. But yeah, that is pretty much the basics for NPCs. Yeah, that's, if you came here just for the NPC part, you're great. That's pretty much all I have to say on the topic. I am going to make another house. So if you want to stick around for that, feel free. Oh my God. But yeah, I am dismissing all y'all that just came here for the NPC talk. Because, you know, I'm a school teacher and you all are my students. And the bell doesn't dismiss you until I dismiss you. Gosh, I had a teacher, math teacher, and one of my classmates, he is, I can't say is, I guess it's been many, many years since then. But obviously, if I still remember this, it annoyed the crap out of me. He was an arse. And he decided one day that he was going to throw everything he physically could at the ceiling and see what stuck. And the teacher, the teacher informed us that none of us were to leave the classroom until he knocked his crap off. We all sat silent, and he was refusing to do it. And I was stressed in high school, but I was also the quiet kid. The one that, like, I was the quiet kid that no one knew anything about, except for the fact that I was really freaking weird, and I drew weird stuff on my arms. I'm not going to talk about my Gravity Falls stage. Anyways, so I was sick and tired of it, and I didn't want to be late to my science class, because that was one of my classes I actually enjoyed. Because I thought our science teacher was, like, super, super sweet, and I didn't want to make her mad by being late. And so after about 3 minutes, because we had 10 minutes. No, we had 5 minutes. We had 5 minutes. Once the bell rang to release you from class, you had 5 minutes to get to your locker and get to your next class. My school literally was just one hallway, so that wasn't that big of a deal unless you were heading to the gym, which was like a 3-minute jaunt across the parking lot, and then you still had, they gave you a little bit extra time to change. And then, or the shop, which was a 3-minute jaunt around the parking lot just in the opposite direction of the gym. But anyway, so he keeps throwing stuff at the ceiling, and eventually I've had enough of his BS. So I just scream, "Will you knock it off?" like as loud as I could, which wasn't not loud. Let's be real here. And everyone's like, "Ooh, you're in trouble." And it's like, "Guys, stop, please." And but he did stop. I wasn't sure if he was shocked that I actually spoke, or that everyone else was giving him a hard time for getting yelled at by the quiet kid. But then the teacher, who I'm pretty sure at that point was just pitying how stressed I was, let us go. And I proceeded to rant about this to everyone who would hear me, how I was not going to be late for that class. Which I don't really know why I was so stressed. I think he was overstimulating me. So that's kind of where that all came from. Yeah, I definitely a little neurospicy, not gonna lie. I've never been tested for anything, but I show a lot of traits. No, let's widen it one more. And then just have one step up. Yeah, that's good. But lawnmower noises. Where was I? Neurospicy. Stove. Sink. Countertop. Once long ago, the four nations lived in harmony. Oh, my Lanta, my brain is completely empty. Where's the red bed? Here it is. Okay, eventually I will make that into a thing you can walk under. But for now, ignore it. So this is going to be roommate situation, right? Yeah, I'll do that eventually. This is a roommate situation. It's two people living together who are not together. Um, and they bicker a lot. Like, they do not agree on anything. One, because one of them, here's what it is, because one of them is not as apt supporter of the kingdom as the other, and it kind of drives them up a wall. And they're like, how can you be so blind? Like, our king has flaws. You just can't see it. And yeah, I'm not going to use any of those. But I can use them as placeholders. Like, how can you be so blind? And then the other one is very much a blind follower. What is my knee doing? It just suddenly started twitching. Oh, joy. Anywho, oh, not what I wanted to do. Sure, her, why not? They look kind of like sisters. They could be sisters. Yeah, let's have one of them at the bookshelf and the other Nice. Okay, this something like I wonder what our crate king is up to today. Probably. That is not how you spell that. One moment. Hey Siri, how do you spell probably? Huh? Not problem. Probably. Hey Siri. Huh? How do you spell probably? Prob. No, I did spell it right. Probably making the world a better place. This girl is brainwashed, TM. Let's see, what should her name be? What did Israel name is Kim. And her name also is going to start with K. Kim and Kate. I cannot believe we are related. How can she be so sucked in by all of the lies and grandeur? Okay, these guys have literally one line of dialogue each, right? They're not as complicated as Mr. Chef Dude. However, what these two, ignore that, NPCs do is they make the person playing start to question things like, oh, what do you mean? Like, everything's not perfect? Like, someone is questioning whether or not the king is 100% viable, and that helps bring the player to question, what's going on here? And I'm not saying the king isn't, but he's human. He's going to make a mistake, right? So it helps kind of plant that idea in the players' heads. But yeah, I think you guys kind of get the picture by now. That's kind of just my way of doing NPCs and kind of how I think about it. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see what... I'm starting that over. Sorry. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!